It is called the Mountain of Death. It has taken 322 souls. Its death zone is above 26,000 feet. Most people start struggling to breathe around 7,000 feet. Nothing can survive on the mountain. But some skirt its shadows and live at the foot of the towering 29,035 feet above sea level, seemingly worlds apart in the peaceful foot of the mountain. The red panda holds the number 10 on the top 10 amazing animals of Everest. Like Everest itself, the red pandas are so deceptive. They look all cute and cuddly and you just want to cozy up with one. However, they are predators and they will bite and attack when you let your guard down. Red pandas are primarily herbivores, but they also feed on small animals and small birds. Still, you'll most likely find them munching on bamboo leaves and other fruits that don't require so much hunting. Yes, they are a tad lazy. Red pandas don't like staying around areas where there is human presence. In avoiding troubles within their clans, these creatures have a culture of using scent marking to differentiate, establish their territory, and communicate with other pandas living within their region. Just like snow leopards, red pandas rely heavily on their tail for balancing during running and movement. In addition to balancing, the red pandas also use their tail as a supportive component to protect themselves against cold winter, desperately clinging to life in the extremely cold weather of Everest. Hey, have you ever heard of this one or seen one before? Let us know in the comments. Pangolins are one of the most unique animals in the world. These cute, shy creatures are the only living mammal with scales. Unfortunately, this feature has led the pangolin to be highly sought after in traditional Chinese medicine, leading them to become the most heavily trafficked animal on Earth. Chinese legend tells of the pangolin's travels as they navigate around the world underground. Fun fact, they are the only mammals with scales. They're about the size of a cat. They live about 20 years. They are shy and harmless with intelligent instincts. Number 1 on our list is its biggest enemy. Can you guess what it is? Now, yaks stand out from other unique animals of Everest thanks to their large lungs and heart, which help them cope in areas with low oxygen. They're just pretty darn amazing to look at, don't you think? Besides their unique heart and lungs, yaks' blood contains higher red blood cells and hemoglobin, and that makes them unique and super set to survive whatever Everest can throw at them. Oh, did I mention that they hang out at around 9,800 feet? You won't find me there on vacation, suntan, and that's for sure. It is like they were custom built for bleak winters. Their double-layered skin provides them with the perfect protection against freezing cold and biting winds. The unbelievable thing is, they climb around these mountains every day like it's no big deal. The Yellowthroated Martin is as fearless as the many Everest climbers that pass it by on the way to their life-altering adventures. It is a Tibetan animal with very few natural predators because of its powerful build, its bright coloration, and very unpleasant odour. Ugh. The Yellow-throated martin is probably the most ancient form of martin and is very unique because of where it lives. Not many animals could thrive where many others have tried and ended up in tragedy. It is an omnivore whose sources of food range from fruit and nectar to small deer as well. Ha ha! Check out this next snake. Now, make sure you share this with your friends and subscribe so you never miss out on another awesome video. These snakes in green and blue are as rare and majestic as the mountains it lives in. The Whitelipped Pit Viper can live up to 9 years and grow up to 1 metre long. These pit vipers are simply electric. Have you ever seen a snake this colour? Let us know in the comments. You can tell the males from the females, as the males have the yellow stripe on the side and the females don't. They are found in a few regions, including Nepal. These snakes live in forests, shrubland, agricultural areas, rural gardens, and have no problem at all living near and among human habitations. Oh, yikes! Watch your toes with your green grass, mate. They are nocturnal and prefer to avoid high daytime temperatures and hunt when their favoured prey is also active. The snake's heat-sensitive pits are also thought to help them locate cooler areas in which to rest. As ambush predators, white-lipped pit vipers typically wait patiently somewhere for unsuspecting prey to wander by. Now, they don't strike and release their prey like many arboreal snakes. They strike and hold on to their prey until it dies. The venom of the white-lipped pit viper ranges from mild envenoming to death. There have been numerous reported bites with few fatalities. But I tell you what, count me out. I'm gone. Monkeys! Okay, on a deep, perhaps primal level, we can all seem to really relate to these fascinating creatures. Is it because of our similarities? What do you think? Let us know. The Himalayas produce a lot for our imagination to run with, including the Nepal grey langur monkey. Some scientists propose that sightings of yetis in the Himalayas may have been high-altitude dwelling Nepal grey langurs. Do you see the resemblance? Ha! On an intellectual level, young langurs are disciplined and methodical. They follow the rules while playing and even form queues. They live in a male-dominated troop with 4 to 7 males, and the big boys look out for the ankle biters and all the Sheilas as well. For most of us, the Himalayan black bear is very similar to Mount Everest. They should be enjoyed, but from a distance. Make that a huge distance for me, please. Like both, if we boldly try to tackle either, we could easily end up on the short end of that stick. Now, one of the most popular questions is, are bears aggressive? Well, if you have to ask this question, you should probably stay clear of them in the first place. Any wild animal can be aggressive. It's just that these bears are bigger and they can do more damage. So check this out. Up on Everest, the average temperature is negative 32 degrees Celsius, or that's negative 26 degrees Fahrenheit. These bears love to live at high elevations, so you've got to know that this is going to take a lot of eating to stay warm and survive. Imagine how plush that fur coat must be for them. So the crew in the northwestern Himalayas hibernate, and the blokes in the eastern area stay active the entire year. Adaptation is an amazing thing, isn't it? We're almost at number 1. Now, have you subscribed? If not, click that button now. Oh, smash the like button if you think it's amazing. Hey, share it with your friends as well. Now, stick around for this next impressive animal of Everest. Okay. A group of Tibetan mountain weasel is called a boogie. Oi, remember that now. You learned something here today. So what do you call a group of weasels that are excellent climbers, excellent runners, and excellent swimmers? Oi! They're still called a boogie, so you remember that. Make sure you share this with your friends today when it's time to leave. Hey, Bruce, let's make like a weasel and boogie. Just like their weasel cousins all over the world, they are nocturnal and very precise and effective hunters. They rarely miss. They hunt using a technique called the weasel war dance. This is a series of frenetic, manic twists and turns and jumps that confuse the prey and allow them to get close enough to go in for the kill. I reckon they should call that a boogie as well, eh? As they are in the self-made weather system of Everest, they turn white in the winter to blend in with the environment and dominate as a predator. Like many of its brothers around the world, the Tibetan wolf is the barometer for the balance of the circle of life in the Tibetan Himalayas. If the wolf pack is healthy and in balance, then so will the entire ecosystem be in balance. According to what they are telling us, life is harsh as Everest is harsh. But as Everest continues to survive and man's desire to conquer it survives, so survives the ecosystem with the Tibetan wolf leading the pack. Amazingly and seemingly against all odds. These incredible animals show unmatched resilience as they thrive day after day at over 4,000 metres or 13,000 feet above sea level all year round. Not only have they adapted to the brutal temperatures, wind and grim environment, but remarkably to the unusually low oxygen levels. Climbers have expressed their experience as a constant battle with a monster that is constantly trying to kill them, while they are fighting to stay alive 1 second at a time. If these Tibetan wolves only knew the poignant parallel between their fragile lives and the very mountains that they call home. As haunting and legendary as the mountain, the ghost of the mountain is rarely observed by humans. Snow leopards love to live in areas with high altitudes where it is secluded and rugged. They don't roar, and that's majorly because they have adapted themselves to the Rocky Mountains of the Everest region, where roaring isn't exactly effective. Instead, snow leopards vocalize through hissing, chuffing, and growling sounds. Snow leopards are solitary animals, and the only period of the year when males and females come together is the mating season. Their tail is a vital rudder that aids in their stealth as they glide through the rugged mountains. During the cold season, these rare animals use their tail, which can be as long as their body, to protect their face when resting. Thanks to their thick fur and God-given colours, snow leopards have perfected the art of camouflage in these famous snowy mountains of Everest. With their incredible hind and feet, snow leopards can leap up to 15 metres in the air. Their agile jumping capabilities help them to be relentless hunters. Snow leopards are shy and will do almost anything they can to avoid contact with humans. So, here you go. We brought these ones to you.
Cheers for watching and good on you, mate. Now, if you want to be a cool cobber, give this next video a burl.
This video is sponsored by the Behaviour Doctors, #1 ranked dog psychology and behaviour modification experts. Over 5,200 dogs rehabilitated in the last 18 years. All were 70 to 90% improved in 2 to 4 days. Resolve your dog's unwanted behaviours today. Email info@thebehaviourdoctors.com.